Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Queen Elizabeth, A Day in Her Life. A viewer has suggested doing a video about the working royals, so I decided to look into it and see what family members are working royals and what they do and anything else I could dig up. First up is Prince Edward. Prince Edward is the youngest brother of King Charles III. In 2022, he had 143 engagements that he did, and according to Newsweek.com, Edward pursued a career in television production and the arts before marrying Sophie Rhys-Jones in 1999, and then his mother granted him the title of the Earl of Wessex. So Edward and Sophie have 2 children, and when he got married, he became an earl because Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth wanted him to take the title of the Duke of Edinburgh when Prince Philip passed away. They got their wish, and Edward became the Duke in March of 2023. And since getting the title, he's become the patron of the Duke of Edinburgh's Award and the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award. He's a patron of the Youth Awards program, and he's doing that for many years before he got the title. And he said it was a great honor to continue Prince Philip's greatest legacy around the world. His job is to provide young people with the framework to learn life skills, and that sounds like a good cause. So Princess Sophie, she's the wife of Prince Edward, and they met when she was working in public relations in London. And Sophie became Her Royal Highness the Countess of Wessex, and she was very close to Queen Elizabeth. And Sophie has had 133 engagements in 2022. She has a busy schedule of royal engagements across the UK and is a patron of several high-profile charities, the NSPCCC and the Guide Dogs for the Blind Association. She also goes abroad and has causes supporting women and girls. Next we have Queen Camilla. Camilla had 102 engagements in 2022. She married King Charles in 2005, and she does public engagements representing the royalty and accompanying King Charles. She's a patron, president, or member of numerous charities and organizations, and since 1994, according to Wikipedia, she's campaigned to raise awareness of osteoporosis, and that's earned her several honors and awards. Next on the list is Prince Richard, Duke of Gloucester. He's the 3rd cousin of King Charles III, and he's done 100 engagements in 2022. The Duke was trained to be an architect. He didn't think he'd be a working royal because his older brother William, King Charles had named his son after him, was supposed to be the Duke, but he died in a plane accident in 1972. Prince Richard and his family, he has a wife and 3 kids, and they have undertaken public engagements on behalf of the monarch since the death of Prince Henry in 1974, and they live at Kensington Palace in London. Prince Richard has 150 charities and organizations he supports, and they include international humanitarian issues, heritage and the built environment, and military veterans. And his patronages are related to architecture and conversation. Bridget, Duchess of Gloucester, and is Danish, and according to the Newsweek.com, the Duchess undertakes a number of public engagements each year, including attending the annual Wimbledon tennis tournament as the honorary president of the Lawn Association and working with charity Missing People. And she's had 94 engagements in 2022. Next, we have Princess Anne. She's the sister of King Charles III and the only daughter of Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth. She's really a workhorse just like her mother, and she had 214 engagements in 2022, and she's involved in over 200 charities and organizations. She works primarily for Save the Children, and she was president there from 1970 to 2017 and has been a patron since 2017. Now we have Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent. He's the 2nd cousin of King Charles III. His father was the uncle of Queen Elizabeth II. And Edward became the Duke of Kent at the age of 6, following his father's death during a flying operation with the Royal Air Force during World War II. He did 78 engagements in 2022, and he served in the Army from the 1950s to the 1970s, and his patronages served the armed forces. He's married and has 3 children and resides at Kensington Palace. Now we have Princess Alexandria of Kent. She's the younger sister of Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, and the oldest living female member of the blood royal family. According to Newsweek.com, She was educated in Paris, and after that she took on royal duties with her mother, Princess Marina, in the 1950s. She married in the 1960s and had 2 children and now 4 grandchildren. And when her mother died in 1968, she took on a number of her mother's patronages, and those included medical and hospice charities. The princess lives between St. James Palace in London and Thatch Lodge House in Richmond Park. And she's had 44 engagements in 2022. Now we have Prince William. Prince William took after his father, and after he graduated college, he served with the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. As he was a helicopter pilot before becoming a search and rescue pilot with the Air Ambulance Service in conjunction with undertaking royal duties. He married in 2011 and has 3 children, and in 2017 the prince left the Air Ambulance Service to become a full working royal, working full-time, and in 2022 was named Prince of Wales by his father in one of the monarch's first acts as king. He performs official duties and engagements on behalf of the British monarch. He has the patronage of over 30 charitable and military organizations, and he undertakes projects through the Royal Foundation. His charity work revolves around mental health, conservation, and emergency workers. And he had 126 engagements in 2022. Now his wife, Catherine, Princess of Wales. After her marriage to Prince William, Kate became the HRH, the Duchess of Cambridge, and began slowly undertaking public engagements on the behalf of Queen Elizabeth II and the Crown. After the death of the Queen, and King Charles naming Prince William the new Prince of Wales, Kate became the first Princess of Wales to use the title since Princess Diana's death in 1997. So Princess Catherine will do duties in support of the King, both in the UK and overseas, and she has a number of charitable causes and organizations. Some of them are centered around providing children with the best start in life. It sounds like it's like the charity that Prince Edward took over when Prince Philip died. And she's had 90 engagements in 2022. Now we have King Charles. So Charles is the oldest son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and Queen Elizabeth made him Prince of Wales when he was 9 years old, and this made him the longest-serving Prince of Wales in the 1,000 years of the British monarchy. The King, when he was Prince of Wales, had 181 engagements in 2022. Now as King, his duties include opening each new session of Parliament, granting royal assent to legislation, and approving orders and proclamations through the Privacy Council. Are they compensated for their work? The King, under a system enacted by Queen Elizabeth II, privately pays the working royals, except Prince William and Kate Middleton, who receive an annual income from the Duchy of Cornwall. So this was a pretty interesting in seeing what the people you see at gatherings of the royals do and how they're related to the King. And one thing I like about that channel is that we can dive into the worlds of the royals from the past to the present, not only learning more about Queen Elizabeth, but other royals as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you could do that, it would be good too. So I also hope that everybody's been having a good day today. And if you haven't clicked on the notification bell, if you do it, you'll be able to be notified whenever a new video releases. And then please tune in again soon for another episode of Queen Elizabeth, A Day in Her Life. Thank you. Bye.